Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another exciting chapter of Truth Chat Fun. My name is Joe Oriani, and I am your host for this week's episode. For those of you who are new here, I'd like to welcome you. What I do here is I read some of the news off during the week that I find interesting, and I make my little snide little comments on it. But if you want to disagree, or if anybody wants to be interviewed for this podcast, please go to www.truthchat.fun. You can leave a voicemail or a message, or go to my Yahoo. It's Joe Oriani, Oriani, at Joe Oriani Podcast at yahoo.com. Or you can go to my Twitter account. It's Oriani Joe 3. And I do respond to everything. But right now, I just want to stop this for a second. Okay, I welcomed a few other listeners from other countries last week, and this week it's Germany's time. Finland, by the way, welcome to NATO. And Nigeria. I was an ancient Nigerian prince. We're good to go. So anyway, I just want to welcome you all. And this podcast is very simple. I read some news from different places. I comment on it. I play a little music. And I'm a happy person. I'm a happy man. Oh, sorry, be carried away. I just want to talk about something from China. China. We, the United States, imported $78 billion worth of cell phones and household goods from China. Now, I remember when I was younger, we used to have all these factories. We made everything here. I don't understand that. Oh, which, by the way, I'm going to give a rant right now because this podcast is called Truth Chat Fun. Let's talk some truth here. And I'm sure I may get some disagreements. For all you people who are worried about the environment, I remember back in the 60s and 70s, we had to buy coats because we were going to freeze to death. Global cooling. Now you have climate change. I agree that not the climate, but the planet should be taken care of. Climate will change no matter what. It's been around for billions and billions of years. Sandstorms and everything else long before manufacturing. Anyway, to do something here in the United States without China or anybody else doing it is just actually stupid. The president ordered the other day to manage to try to make electric cars 65% or 70% of the cars purchased in this country. I have a few questions, and this is where the truth comes in. All you people watching me, anybody who's worried about all that, throw your cell phone away. It's made with plastic, it's made with petroleum. Throw your computer away, same thing. Throw away your shoes, same thing. Throw away your car, same thing. Throw away everything you make that's made with plastic, because that's what it is. Now, to get these things charged, they need 800,000 charging stations. And yeah, they're going to put them all in the city. But what about the poor people out in the country? What are they going to put it next to a tree? You're lucky you could find a gas station out that way. And then the batteries. In some place in South Africa, I believe it is, they have these kids going down on their hands and knees, digging this stuff up, the cobalt, with their hands. They get $5 a week. They're breathing all that crap in their lungs, and they're going to die faster than you can know what. But because the world needs the electric cars, we don't really give a damn, do we? Any place else would be child abuse, I don't know, murder, personally. Now, when you get the car, if you happen to hit a bunch of water underneath after some rain, the underneath of your car will catch fire. If you damage or get into an accident in an electric vehicle because it has nothing to it, you throw it away, there goes $60,000, $70,000 out the window. And if your battery dies, that's at least $15,000 to $25,000 for a battery. Then you have to get rid of the battery. But the amazing thing about that is we complain about China, and China is the one that makes the batteries. We're not making them. We're not making anything. people around here are nuts. It's absolutely crazy. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out for some conversation. I don't mind if you disagree with me, but just leave me a voicemail or a message. Anyway, in New York, 1/3 of New Yorkers want to leave because of crimes, housing costs, and poor schools. That makes a lot of sense. I know they had the hearings today. Congress had the hearings today with some of the victims. Poor guy, self-defense, they went to lock him up. Democrats, all they did was laugh. I find it actually very funny. Look in Chicago last night. 100 kids roamed the streets. They vandalized everything. And what does that new progressive mayor says? Aw, don't get upset over them. They just need a place to go. Yeah. I don't know if this world is getting crazier. It is. There's no doubt about it. Do you know all medication is made in China? What happens when China really gets pissed off at us and we have a war? You think the pills are going to be coming in nice and clean? Who's checking them anyway? If I was president or Congress, I would demand that within 3 years, all medications made in the United States, period. Otherwise, we don't buy them. We'll figure it out. And of course, the pharmaceutical companies will do that because they need the money, will want the money. But there's no reason for all this. You know, the average price of an apartment in New York is $4,175. And that apartment isn't that big. So I want to talk about the 21-year-old who was probably going to get charged with treason. When I was in Vietnam and I had top secret with crypto access clearance, I don't even know what the hell that meant. But I would go drive, pick up top secret stuff. I had an M16 guard next to me. He always rode with me. And I always had a pistol in case I had to use it. I would drive at night, get shot at quite a few times. It was like going through a gauntlet. But when I got there and I picked up the messages, I was a nosy son of a bitch. Since I had clearance, I read them. Now, when it comes to troop movements, I didn't say a single word to anybody. So I know the consequences of that. You get people get killed, and you don't want that. I don't care what side you're on. Ukraine, Russia, what a joke. Why don't they be like Northern Ireland and Ireland and do that peace agreement? Just leave us alone. But no, Putin wants the world. And China's president refuses to talk to the person in Hungary. So they're just crazy. And I told you about that nut in Turkey, but anyway, that's neither here nor there because he hasn't changed. So anyway, the 21-year-old who stole this stuff, first of all, I don't know why he had it, all this stuff, and then to sit there and somehow make copies and then walk out the base with it. Jesus, I remember, what was it, World War II, they were saying that, but atom bomb, every briefcase was checked. Everybody was thoroughly checked, so nothing got out, nothing at all. Not that the world didn't know what was going on, Russia did. But, and then you post it, and you put it into a chat room with a Russian person there. How stupid are you? Immature people. But I blame the system because he had no reason to have that stuff in front of him. Yes, he was IT, but I'm sorry, he couldn't have that much of a clearance to have all that. It's very difficult. When you get a clearance like that, you swear that, you know, you're going to protect and guard the secrets, but apparently they didn't do anything. And France is still having a little hard time. 100 people raided a Louis Vuitton factory. They didn't want the bags. They stole all the bags. And they're upset because they didn't they're getting retirement age at 64 instead of 62. Oh, please, I told you that. Give me a break with that, please. That is crazy. And people, when they riot, I can understand them wanting to demonstrate peacefully. but you're destroying people's livelihood that has nothing to do with anything. You get down the street, your neighbors, your neighborhood, you're destroying your own neighborhood. You still think about it. This generation coming up, they're not any smarter, they haven't learned anything, they're probably quite stupid. Jeez. And I know there's some people out there of the newer generation who think. Just that they don't get the time, they don't get the time, recognition, nothing. And now let's go to India for a minute. First of all, Germany, since you're a new one on here. I would love to go to the beer fest. I don't drink, not anymore. When I was younger, I would love to go in there. I heard Germany is a beautiful country going down the countryside. Anyway, India. Another COVID variant is forcing the mask to come back. For a country with, I don't know, billions of people, I don't know how they got rid of it anyway, and hopefully they all got their shots. We don't talk about COVID here anymore because it's really just like a flu. And you get a shot every year if you have to. But you get your flu shot, you get your COVID shot, and on you go. Lauderdale, Florida. The other night, they got 25 inches of rain at the airport. And those were some impressive pictures. I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was only 5. My friend had told me 25. I told him it was crazy, so I had to apologize. See, I do apologize when I'm wrong sometimes. Anyway, it was like, I was waiting for a yacht to go down the runway. That don't see. I've seen places where water overflowed and sharks are in the streets. And then, of course, you had somebody walking around. There's a lot of shootings here in the States, and you people overseas probably say, we have them guns. We have them guns for reasons. First of all, we're entitled to them. We are guaranteed a right to carry a gun. It's not a right given by the government, because they keep trying to take it away. It's a right given by God. Freedom, that's what it's called. In Florida, starting July 31st, everybody can carry a gun without a permit. And I told you I believe they should get the permit, at least to get the training. Gun safety is very important. Leaving an unloaded gun around is very dangerous. So now when you go to store starting July 31st, you're going to pull out a gun? Go ahead, see who don't shoot back. I usually carry mine, but I haven't been doing it lately. I'm getting lazy. Careless is what it is. We shouldn't get shot easy. The United States is not all it's propped up to be. There were 20 people killed in Alabama last night. 4 dead because of a birthday party. They were just teenagers having fun. Nobody knows the cause yet. They haven't discussed it at all. So we shall see with that. I can sit here every week and tell you there's a shooting. This is one just about every day. The conservative side wants to make sure that you have the right to carry a gun, because in fact, if you're a criminal, you're going to get the gun anyway. It don't make no difference how, who, when, or why. You're not going to stop a criminal from getting a gun. The other side wants to do away with guns. They talk about automatic weapons. An AK-14 is not an automatic weapon. It depends on how you fit it. And on a bright side, or if you want to call it the bright side, the Washington Redskins football team, that is now known as the Commanders, is being sold for $6 billion. I don't know who's buying it. I don't really care who's buying it. I just know it's not me. So there's a lot of things going on in this world and in this country and in the whole world. I don't know. I remember, maybe because I'm so old, yeah, we had our disagreements, but when you disagree with somebody, you didn't go kill them. If I disagree with politics with you, that's fine. Then we go have a drink, call it a day, not cut each other's throat. Britney Spears was here doing a concert in Orlando. Apparently it was a big thing. She was lucky. She didn't get the rain. She must have prayed to the singing gods or something. Anyway, again, if you want to get hold of me, it's www.truthchat.fun, and I will answer all replies. And just remember, if you are not laughing, you are not living. I do want to have a call-in show soon, either 45 minutes to an hour. But I need to know from people who are listening, suggestions of what time of day and what days of the week. It has to be consistent. If you want 6 o'clock Wednesdays, it always has to be a Wednesday. If you want a certain time on Thursday, it always has to be a Thursday at that time. And I will set up a phone number where it'll be toll free. But if I do not hear anything from anybody, then I will continue to do this so I can find some people to talk to. As I always say, it is a story. Everybody has one, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And I will put you on. And if you're not sure how my interviews go, I got 18 of them. Go look at them. And they're not that bad. Most people have a lot of fun doing them. At least what they tell me. Anyway, just remember something. Anybody around the world, if you are not laughing, you are not living. Oh, by the way, for the title of this show, let's see what it was. I had an AI come up with a name. I gotta find out what they do with it. Anyway, I'll look for it. But anyway, AI come up with the suggestion for this particular show. So all of you have a good time, have a good day, and enjoy the music.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.